Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Sean from TechTrader.webs.com, YouTube.com, Pete. I just wanted to show you guys the MyTouch 3G and the MyTouch 3G slide here. Real quick, the MyTouch 3G slide is going to become my primary phone. It's going to be my primary phone from now until, well, who knows. Just wanted to let you guys know that real quick. So anyways, you can see the two phones here. I'm just going to do a hardware comparison. I already took out the battery and everything to make sure that they're basically it's only the device. I took out the micro SD card, battery, SIM card. So basically we're just comparing device to device. You can see the same thing likewise on here. So anyways, comparing the devices, at the front, at the top, you'll notice the speaker grill on both MyTouch 3G, MyTouch slides. I'll just call this a slide, and this is the 3G. So the slide is black, whereas the 3G is sort of silver with two LEDs here and here. Two LEDs are also on the slide as well, with a light sensor, if I'm not mistaken, being somewhere in this area. Probably accompanied by a proximity sensor, but neither of those sensors are on the MyTouch 3G. You can see a 3.4 inch screen as opposed to a 3.2 inch screen here on the 3G. They're both HVGA, so this does have a higher pixel density than the slide. Below the screen you can see four capacitive buttons. Four physical buttons on the slide and 6 physical buttons on the 3G. You have home on both, with menu on both, back on both, and instead of the search, the MyTouch line, which includes the slide and the MyTouch 4G, are having this little Genius button here as opposed to a search button. Personally, I think 100% that the search button is more useful than the Genius button, but T-Mobile apparently thinks that the Genius button is more useful than the search button. I don't know what they're thinking, but you know, you can't really change that. But there probably are some rooted applications for you to remap this button to be a search button. So you can, and also the 3G has a call send and a call end button, which are pretty nice. And you know, there's not really that much room down here, but I could see them fitting them, you know, in this little bit of room left at the bottom right there. They could probably fit a call send and a call end button, but by no means are they necessary. If I could choose between the call send, call end, and search button, I'd probably pick the search though, to be there. You can also see that they have a trackball on the 3G, and on the slide it's an optical trackpad. A lot of companies are switching from the trackballs to optical trackpads because it's one less moving part. They're a little bit more accurate and sensitive. Requires less pull or less force to get them moving, and also the trackballs sometimes get stuck, and they also get very dirty very easily. Comparing this, you can see this sort of color to when. If you look at my unboxing of the MyTouch 3G, comparing the trackballs between now and then, you can definitely see that this looks a lot dirtier than that one. And they both go in with their little inner keys. On the left side of the slide, you see a volume rocker right there. The 3G as well has a volume rocker. On the top, you'll notice a 3.5mm headphone jack on the 3G. On the slide, the 3.5mm headphone jack's right there, accompanied with a power button, since it doesn't have that red call end button. On the right side of the slide, you'll see the dedicated camera button. Nothing on the 3G's right side. On the bottom of the 3G is a micro USB, HTC proprietary, which works with mini USB and a microphone. On the bottom of the MyTouch slide, you have a microphone as well, but it's a micro USB on the bottom. And on the back, I'm not going to flip them over because that's where the IME number and all that stuff is, especially because I don't have the battery covering that up. But there's a 5 megapixel camera with autofocus and LED flash with VGA video capture on the slide. And there's a 3 megapixel camera with QIF video capture and no flash, but it is an autofocus camera of 3 megapixels on the 3G. There's a 600 megahertz processor inside the slide. Don't quote me on this, but I believe it's an MSM 7226 in here. And then there's a MSM processor. I don't remember the exact number, but this is 600 megahertz. This is 528 megahertz. This is an Adreno 200 GPU. I'm not really sure what GPU this has, but it does have a GPU inside of it for handling 3D games, unlike most Blackberries actually. But definitely this is a lot better. And just comparing them, the Nexus 1 has the same GPU as well as the HTC Evo 4G, but because the screen resolution is half that at HVGA as opposed to WVGA, the GPU has to push less pixels, so the graphics are a lot smoother on these devices with HVGA resolution than WVGA resolution. What else? Pretty sure that's it. There's Bluetooth 2.1 with EDR and A2DP support on both device, or on the slide. 2.0 is on the MyTouch 3G. This is the version 1.2, by the way, with 3.5mm headphone jack. There is RAM on both of these, obviously. If I'm not mistaken, this is 380 something megabytes, 387 on here, and this is actually a little bit more than the original MyTouch of 192. This actually has 256 megabytes of RAM. ROM 512 and 512, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I'm not reading off of anything. I'm doing this all off of memory, so I would appreciate it if you guys would forgive me if I were to make any mistakes here in these and in the information that I'm saying. Wi-Fi 802.11, A, B, and G on both. There's no N spectrum, sadly, like some of the newer devices out there. And that's about it. Also, there's a 1,230 milliamp battery on here, and there is a 1,320 milliamp battery on here, the slide versus the 3G. So a little bit of a difference there. Anyways, overall, there is more app space, but there is more app space here on the 3G to install applications to. There's around 350 megabytes on here, whereas there's under 100 megabytes. There's about 68 megabytes of app space that you can install apps to. And seeing that this is running 2.2 stock and this is running 2.1 update 1 with MySense UI on top of it, you won't be able to install apps to SD until you get that Froyo update. So application wise, you're not going to be able to get that many applications on here. Anyways, overall, both of these phones are being sold. Both of these are black models. They come in different colors. They both come in white. This comes in Merlot or a reddish color. Overall, this is $49.99, and I believe that this is $49.99 as well. I would definitely recommend getting this slide as well. I forgot to mention this, oddly, but this also has a full physical QWERTY keyboard. It's 4 rows. So anyways, just wanted to give you guys a little hardware comparison there of the MyTouch 3G Slide Black versus the MyTouch 3G version 1.2 Black. Anyways, this is Sean from TechDroid.webs.com. YouTube.com/SMP. This is probably going to be the last time that you'll see the MyTouch 3G in one of my videos. And I'll talk to you guys later. Stay tuned to my website, TechDroid.webs.com. Goodbye.